Girl, listen, I'm going to give you 7 ways to know that it is time to leave a relationship. So, this is in no particular order. I'm going to start off with number one. The first way to know when to leave a relationship is if you have to keep going through the same things over and over and over and over, and there is no change whatsoever. And I mean, this is year after year after year, multiple things. You keep talking, you keep talking. Honestly, I wouldn't even suggest letting it go year on top of year, but I know that there's a lot of people who are in long term relationships who don't know exactly when to disconnect, and they think to themselves, or they say to me during tarot card sessions, oh, but we've been together for 15 years, we've been together for 10 years. And you have to ask yourself, at what point do I continue to go through this experience, which feels very miserable, before I decide, you know what? Yeah, let me just go ahead and free myself, release myself. So, number one, I would say if you keep on having the same problem time and time again, you've gone through this 20 times, it is definitely time to release. It's definitely time to release because you know why? At this point, it's not that this is a miscommunication or misunderstanding. It's that this person is literally making a choice, and this is the choice that they are making. So if you've already gone through this with this person for 5, 10, 15 years, why would you want to go another 5, 10, 15 years of unhappiness? So when there is a repeated issue or multiple issues over and over and over and over, it's time to let it go because there's not going to be any change in those areas. So, number two, I would say whenever the bad really begins to outweigh the good, whenever the scale is completely off balance and it stays off balance, no matter what you do, no matter how much counseling, no matter how much praying, and the bad is like this and the good is down here, and this is consistent, repeated type of behavior and actions, listen, that causes so much unnecessary stress and burdens on you. When you feel like the bad is just continuously outweigh the good, then it is time to release yourself. It is time to let go. Okay, so number three, whenever you have to shrink yourself in order for the relationship to work, if you have to continuously shrink yourself to keep the peace in the relationship, meaning where you feel like you're always walking on eggshells, you don't know what to say to this person, you feel very anxious around them, you always feel nervous around them. Whenever you start to feel like that, and that feeling, you can't shake that feeling, yeah, that is your nervous system telling you that it is time to leave that relationship. When you are always, like I said, anxious around that person, or like you are walking on eggshells, you don't want to say anything to upset them, and this is the only way to keep the peace is if you shrink yourself, yeah, it's definitely time to leave the relationship for sure. Okay, so number four, if your trust is completely broken and there is no way to rebuild it whatsoever because you know that you have been dealing with a liar who consistently lies, consistently cheats, consistently manipulates you or try to twist stories, and if your trust is completely broken because you know for a fact you just cannot believe nothing this person says, like every time they walk out the door, they could be honestly going to do whatever they claim they're going to go do, but you just don't trust it whatsoever to the point where there's no repair. Like you may say, okay, I forgave you, but in reality, you really didn't, and you really cannot. You still holding this type of feeling towards this person. It's time to release. It is time to set yourself free because that will be a burden on you for the rest of your life or for as long as you are dealing with this person. If you know for a fact that you cannot get over that, every time you see this person, you're going to have that feeling, you're going to be miserable. It is definitely time to release them. Now, this is number five, but I probably should have put this as number one. Okay, for real, for real. Like I said, this is in no particular order. But if you feel physically endangered and you do not feel safe with this person physically, this most certainly should have been number one. it is time to leave that relationship for sure. If there's any type of physical violence going on, and this goes either way, if you're a woman and this is what happens in your relationship, whether you putting your hands on somebody or they're putting their hands on you, which shouldn't occur either way, if you feel like you're being pushed to that point to do that, or you feel like it's happening to, not that you feel like it's happening to you, it is happening to you, oh yeah, time to go. I don't care if this is week one, I don't care if this is month one, year 10, or year 27. If you feel like you are not safe with this person physically and also emotionally, if you feel like you're not safe with them emotionally whatsoever, you're going to have a very, very lonely relationship, a lonely marriage, you know. So when this happens, it is definitely time to let go. Okay, so the number 6 way to know when it's time to let go of a relationship, that is once you truly, completely outgrow one another to the point where there's no catching up, where you literally feel like you have gone backwards and this is now a complete stranger. Yeah, that's most certainly a sign that you have to let go. If you're pulling dead weight in that relationship, meaning you are growing in every way possible. I mean, it has been year after year. You try to encourage this person to grow as well. You're like, you know what? I want us to do better. I want us to be better. Let's start a business. Let's go to school. Let's like increase knowledge so that we can build generational wealth together. Let's work out. Let's eat better. Like let's whatever habits that are very healthy, that you are implementing, and the way that you are growing in all types of ways, especially mentally and emotionally. If this person wants to stay the same because they keep on showing you that they are not changing, then guess what? You have outgrown this person. And if it has been year after year and they're still fine with being at the bottom of the barrel while you keep on elevating, so now you're at the point where you're pulling all the weight in a relationship and it's dead weight in every single aspect. They don't want to do better. They're happy working at, the gas station, and you're telling them, listen, you have a talent, let's invest in this talent. Let's, capitalize off of it. You're very gifted with your hands. Let's start some sort of business, whatever it is. If they're not trying to go where you are trying to go, listen, it is time to release the relationship. It really, really is. Because if not, this person is going to be holding you back. It's going to be having a weight like an anchor on you, holding you back. So when that happens, it is time to release the relationship. Now, the number seventh way to know when it's time to release a relationship, if the relationship becomes very toxic and very disrespectful, yeah, it's certainly time to release that relationship. When it gets to that point where there's name calling, humiliation, all these silent treatments, all this type of things that will cause you to go backwards in life mentally and emotionally, it is time to release that relationship because it's affecting you on a whole different level. And let me tell y'all something, you really need to know when to let go of relationships, because a lot of times when you are not aligned with someone who you are in a relationship with, you won't be able to elevate in life. You ever notice that when you separate from someone or stop talking to certain people, even if it's not a romantic relationship, your life will begin to elevate for the better. Things will start, doors will start to open. So, yes, you need to know when to release relationships. And I hope these signs help you. But if you have any questions, comment them down below. And if you guys have any signs of how you to know when to leave a relationship, drop them in the comment section. I am here for you and I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.